Alright, we're going to give it a minute here and see who joins. It's our weekly workshop live. Well, I say weekly, we've missed a few weeks, but yeah, we're going to get back into it and get stuck into these lives. I'm pretty stoked. We're going to be announcing something pretty cool on the live tonight, so yeah, stick around and we'll start chatting about it shortly. Just going to give a couple of minutes for some people to join on here, and then we'll jump into it. Alright. Let's see. Cool. Getting some people on here, so we're going to jump in here. So if you're interested in van life or anything to do with vehicle-based travel, so whether it's boats or camper vans, motorhomes, RVs, overlanders, anything like that, then stick around for this live, because we're going to be talking about something in this that I'm pretty excited about and pretty stoked for. In front of me here, I've got some new battery cells that we are busy testing. So these are CATL cells. I unboxed them in our live last week, and since then I've just been setting them up and getting them ready to top balance, which I have done. So I finished top balancing them, making a YouTube video about it. So if anyone's interested in that process, it's like basically we use two methods to top balance, or they are broadly speaking really two methods to top balance these cells. The one is what I call the slow top balance, which is literally it takes days, like probably 3 days. I think these were on charge for the best part of at least 2 days, something like that, because it just takes a long time. You're charging them with with chargers that are low amperage, so it just takes a long time. And then the second method is a fast charge, and it's just a method that we've been using to charge these really fast, where you can literally charge them and top balance them within a few hours. So I'm busy making a video about that on our YouTube channel, so if you're interested, then go and subscribe, and that'll be out hopefully on Sunday if I finish the process in time, but we'll see. But yeah, currently I'm busy testing them, so I'll try and lift one of these guys up that's spinning without catching the blade, just for interest. So this is the tester we're using, and I've got 4 of them running here on my desk, one connected to each of the cells, busy testing these cells to see where they come out at. So they are advertised by the manufacturer as 202 amp hour battery cells, and so I'm going to see whether they do actually perform at that capacity or whether they underperform. We've had some cells from Chinese manufacturers that have not performed at that capacity, and others that have way exceeded it. So the ones that I have in my camper van currently are they advertise as 200 amp hours, but they generate about 280 amp hours. So very efficient battery cells. But yeah. So the main thing I wanted to announce in this live, and thank you everyone for joining, is we're starting up something that we're really excited about here at Offgrid, and essentially what that is that we're going to be giving away an hour slot of a Zoom call once a month to our online community. And mainly because we just want to build community, help people out, help people that are trying to figure stuff out. There's a lot of people out there that are building vans, building out RVs, all that sort of stuff, and maybe trying to figure out the power solutions for their rigs, or whatever that looks like for you. We want to help out this community that is growing here around this channel. And so we're going to be giving away a Zoom call, and we're going to do it. We're going to start off by doing it monthly and just see where it goes, see whether people jump onto it and how they like it. But I think what we'll do initially is we're going to give away 5 places on a Zoom call. It'll happen at the same time, and those 5 people will essentially get 10 minutes to talk about their topic, and it's completely free of charge. The way that we'll select people is we'll do it at random. We just want people to enter their email address, because that's going to be the easiest way of keeping track of everything and contacting people. So if you go to the link in our bio on TikTok and on YouTube, it'll be down in the description, and you just go to the bottom of the link, you'll see a form there where you can enter your email address. If you drop your email address into that, then you'll be able to jump onto that list of people that we'll select from. And once a month, we'll just randomly basically pick 5 names out of a hat, and we'll send you an email, and we'll just introduce the time that we're going to schedule the Zoom call, and hopefully you'll make it. And obviously we'll have a bit of an interaction into where people are and all that sort of stuff geographically. So we're based in the UK and Ireland, so obviously we don't want to be doing a Zoom call at like 4 a.m. or something like that, and vice versa. If you're based in the US, then you don't want to be up at like 3 a.m. for a Zoom call in our morning. So we'll be conscious of where people are geographically in terms of how we do that Zoom call. But basically that time slot that you get on that Zoom call, you can do whatever you want with it. So if you want to ask questions, if you want to ask advice, if you want to pose a design or figure out what the best solution is for your requirements in your van or RV or whatever that looks like for you, then you can use that time for whatever you want. If you just want to have a chat, get to know us, ask us to tell you stories from trips that we've done, whatever that looks like, whatever you want to use the time for, it's yours, and it's completely free of charge. So I'd love people to jump onto that. If you're interested in getting into that, then join that email list, and we'll schedule the first one for next week, and we'll get you guys onto that. So we're pretty stoked about that. And then the second thing that we're going to be doing on these lives is that I'm going to be giving away merch to anybody that comes onto the live and says anything that I like, basically. So I want people to be dropping comments onto the chat on these lives. So if you have a question or a funny comment or something like that, we've had some real gold ones over the last few months that we've been doing this. Some people talking about my beard and all sorts of different things that people come up with. But basically, I want this to become an interactive community, or it is already, but more so. So if you have any questions or anything to do with Offgrid Power, building out vans or anything like that, then drop them onto these lives. And every live I'm going to be picking somebody that I like their question or their comment or whatever the case is, and I'll contact you, send you the link to our merch store, and you can pick anything from the merch store. You just give me your postal address and I'll ship it. And I believe the guys that do our merch, I believe they pretty much ship all over the world. So they print in Europe and the US, so they pretty much cover all bases from that point of view. Please can you say sheesh just for fun, please? So I was born in Zimbabwe, and sheesh is actually quite a common thing that people say when something goes wrong or something like that. But yeah, so we've had a busy week the last week here doing all sorts of stuff. So my dad and my sister Nix have been going hard on Nix's van. She's got some stuff that she's doing this weekend with her van, so they've been doing loads on that this last few days. So they've pretty much gutted all of the electrics that were in there, bar some of the lights that were already fitted when she bought it, and they're replacing everything with one of the best off-grid systems that you could get, that we're building out for Nix over the next few months. So like a really good lithium iron phosphate DIY battery, and currently she's got a DC to DC charger that we put in this week, and it's looking really good. We're pretty stoked with how it's turning out. We're going to be building out a hot water system that's going to use the engine heat, so it's going to be plumbed into the radiator and use the coolant and stuff that comes from the engine to heat the water, and that'll be stored in a calorifier that's going to be in the cabinetry and stuff like that. So there's lots going on there. It's looking really good, and we're pretty stoked with how that Sprinter is going. The vans here at my place, the Nissan van, I've just been designing it and coming up with some ideas in terms of how I want it to look and what I want to do with that. I'm doing some 3D designs of it just because I want to get a better idea of exactly how I want that laid out and what I want it to look like and measurements and all that sort of stuff before I start buying materials and stuff like that. So we'll share that on our socials as well. So if anyone's interested in seeing that, I might even do some videos and talk through the process of that, because there's so many different things that you can do when you're building out a van. You can make it sort of more romantic and kind of have that picturesque sort of Pinterest van, if you like, a lot of wood or painted wood, that sort of thing. And you can go all the way through to like really utilitarian and design that's built for just working. And I like both. I mean, I there's some vans that I've seen, some guys that are doing really utilitarian sort of modular type stuff, which looks awesome. Looks really neat, but it's super practical. Even just being able to add beds really easily and all sorts of different things, having kind of rails that you can clip beds into, bunk beds, different cabinetry and all that sort of stuff. So for somebody building out a van that they want to be able to change around a lot and have more modular, potentially remove everything fairly easily to be able to carry loads or whatever the case is, that sort of approach would be very good from that point of view. Yeah, will I be sharing the van plan? Yes, I will share the van plan. I like that. The van plan, we'll have to make a video about that, and we'll call it "This is our van plan." But yeah, no, definitely I'll share the van plan when it's ready. I'm just trying a few different things and trying to put together an idea of what I want in the layout, and also trying to decide on what I want to do with it, and kind of where I want to pitch it in terms of the stuff that I'm going to put into it. So with vans, we often get asked the question, like, how much do you charge to convert a van? And the thing is that it's like building a house. Like, you could go as minimalist and cheap as you can possibly go, just with like basic plywood and basic timber and the cheapest installation and really basic, maybe not necessarily even having a fancy electrical system or water or anything like that, just have a jerry can and a bucket. There's that option, but you can also go all out and spend like 50,000 and have the fanciest singing, dancing rig that you could possibly design. So kind of trying to just figure out exactly what I want to spend on it, what do I want in it, do I want hot water with the calorifier, that sort of thing. Are we even going to have fixed water tanks that are plumbed in, or are we going to go the route of sort of jerry cans that to provide the water just under the cabinetry or under the sink or something that has a submersible pump that goes into it, and then the same for the wastewater, that sort of thing. So I'm just trying to figure all of that out and decide where I go with it. And then one of the things that I've been doing this week is starting to prep for my camper. I don't have an external shower in that, and we have two little kids and a dog as well, so when we go around places, it would be super handy to be able to wash everybody down before they get into the van, especially if we go to the beach or something like that. And our dog is a golden retriever, and she loves mud. Literally, if there's a puddle or mud or anything like that, she is in it, like head and everything. And so after our last trip to England, we decided it was definitely an essential requirement to have external showers. So I'm busy putting that in. Fortunately, it's much easier than I thought it would be, so I can actually plumb it in and then hide the pipes underneath the fake floor, the subfloor, and it's going to be a really easy install. So I'm going to be doing that over the next few days here, so I'll put videos of that up here on TikTok and YouTube as well. But yeah, overall it's been busy, but looking good. I'm pretty stoked to see how these battery cells turn out. So yeah, I'm going to be actually putting this into my van alongside the one that I have in there, just to test them side by side and kind of a real world thing. And also just to see practically. So a lot of the kind of stuff that you read and see, and when you're making decisions on all of this sort of stuff, a lot of the time you're making it on theoretical features and stuff that people, the marketing material that all these companies have. So in terms of like the BMS and all that sort of thing, the battery management system that goes onto it. And so what I'm wanting to do is to just have practical things there, and I've got a system where I'll be able to very easily just cut off one or the other if I need to, or even just run them in parallel and see that, because some guys do that as well. And I'm just going to be testing out a few different things, some different concepts in terms of the Offgrid Power for that. So yeah, I'm going to be building this out with this BMS here. So we've spoken about this one loads here on the lives, but this is the daily 200 amp BMS, and so I'll mount that on the side of it once we've done the tests and then everything's working as it should. So yeah, pretty keen to get that into the van. Should have it in next week. Cool. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. So thank you everyone for joining our live tonight. We'll keep you posted over the next few days as to what we get up to and the progress on the vans and everything. And as I said, I'll keep you posted on the van plan when that's ready for the Nissan van that I'm going to be converting here in the next few weeks, or the next few months rather. I won't get it done in weeks. We've got a busy schedule over the next few weeks. But yeah, the next few months I'll be cracking on with that. So I'll keep you guys posted. But thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.